And I'm Tanea.
And right now you're about to tune into the craziest,
the funniest,
the realest,
the most live,
the best show on YouTube.
Make sure you guys thumbs up this video.
We love you, Scorpion and Mikkel.
Hey, Mikkel, boo.
See y'all.
What's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with a new video for y'all. Please make sure y'all start this video off by clicking that thumbs up button. Also make sure that you share this video on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or wherever you share our videos. I just want to say thank you to everybody, I mean everywhere, for watching Monday's video and the return of the heart to heart. I really wasn't expecting to do that, but I just felt that something had to be said and something had to be done. Because I'm just not a fan of Nene's actions lately. She's just been, you know, just acting a mess and acting a fool. And I'm just so glad that a lot of you guys agreed. And even some Nene fans, I was reading the comments, some of you guys agreed to it. And I have a personal question to ask you on this video about a comment that was left in the YouTube section. Did you hear about it or anybody tweet you about it?
No, what?
There was this comment that was left to you that said, how could you, I think it was saying like, how could you go to church every Sunday and be upset about, you know, what a pastor was saying about being gay? Maybe you felt, I think it was saying like maybe you felt some kind of way about it because you feel guilty or something.
No. But I would rather you read the comments.
Yeah, I'm going to find it.
So I can answer it properly.
Y'all give me 1 second.
Go ahead now.
Okay, I found it. So it says, here's what I can't understand, and don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the show, and I feel as though I connect the most with Mikkel because we share a lot of the same beliefs and values. Christianity being the most important. You know, y'all know I'm Christian too, right? Well, Catholic, same thing. Christianity being the most important. However, I don't understand how you can love God so much yet dismiss parts of the Bible because you don't agree with it or practice that particular lifestyle. For instance, the Bible tells us not to be drunken with the wine. So if I'm going out and getting drunk every night, I can't be mad at the preacher on Sunday morning if he says getting drunk is a sin, because it is. I'm certainly not here to pass judgment on anyone, but my pastor will get in the pulpit with no hesitation and say that being gay is not of God because it's in the Bible. Like I said before, I have absolutely no problem with gays, and I'm certainly not going to be anywhere protesting against their rights. It's just from one Christian to another. You can't run from the world. You just have to take.
Is she done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. To answer that question, I think I did. I'm not for sure, but I think I made it clear in our video where I was speaking about the pastor and what was said that I was in no way disconnected from the word. I know the word very well. What the pastor was doing, in my humble opinion, was he was judging. It's something that we don't do as Christians. We're not supposed to do. We're not supposed to judge anyone, as you said yourself in that comment. You don't judge anyone. See, there's a difference between preaching the word and then there's a difference between judging someone. And what he was doing was totally out of line. Now, just because a pastor or a minister or whomever gets into the pulpit and they decide that they want to voice their opinions on something does not necessarily mean that it's always right, and it doesn't necessarily mean that the person in the pew has to agree with what they're saying. There's a lot of things that I don't necessarily agree that certain preachers preach. And we all know, for those of us that go to church, we all know that a lot of times preachers like to throw in their own personal beliefs and views on things when it's sometimes not really the word of God. It's just their word that they're adding, oh, but this is the word of God to it. Now, I am no different from anybody else. I know what's a sin, I know what's not a sin. But like I've said in the past, and like so many other people, including a lot of preachers say as well today, your sin ain't no different from mine. There ain't no sin greater than the other. And I was not running from the word, as you said in your comment, or I think you said in your comment, because I don't want to misquote you. I wasn't running from the word. I was running from ignorance. I don't allow myself to sit around anybody who is being ignorant. This is my thing. You have a lot of people who especially a lot of people our age, who just don't like church. They don't like church for many different reasons. They don't like it because it's boring. They don't like it because they don't understand the word. They don't like it because they feel as though churches bash all types of different, people, particularly gays. They just don't like to be in that atmosphere, so they dismiss themselves from it. My belief is church should never be that place where somebody feels as though they can't feel safe or comfortable in God's house. Now, yes, God's word can sometimes be a little bit uncomfortable, especially when it's the truth. I agree wholeheartedly. But at the same time, there should never be any ignorance or malice coming from the man or the woman of God who is preaching the word. And this, you weren't there, so you don't know how it was. You only know what I told you how it was, but you weren't there for yourself. I don't agree with any man or woman who's going to get up in the pulpit and basically wag their finger at somebody for being gay. You know what? If that's in the Bible, let the man upstairs judge me when I get up there, okay? I don't need him, you, or anybody else telling me how to live my life, because my bills get paid on time without the help of you, him, or that man. My clothes get worked by the help of me, not you and not that man. So I don't need anybody down here trying to tell me how to live my life. I will wait until I close my eyes for the last time and I meet my maker. And I will let him decide whether or not he's going to let me through them gates or send me down to hell. That is nobody's down here on earth, especially if you breathe in the same air that I breathe. That is nobody's place to judge me or anybody else. So if I feel as though you're being ignorant, now let me just say this really quick. I have sat through services where preachers have said things about homosexuals, not things as far as personal attacks, but in the scripture, whatever the case may be. And I've never not once left the service left out on that. Why? Because I understood where they were coming from. But this particular preacher was just downright being ignorant. He was just being ignorant. And like I said, you were not there, so you don't understand how it was that I felt. This is not the first time, and I don't want anybody to think that that was the first time that I sat in church where a pastor said something about gays. No, I'm damn near 30 years old. I've been in churches where they've said stuff about gays. But this particular preacher said something that I felt crossed the line. And that's why I got up. It was not me running from the word. It was me running from his ignorance. Just to clarify that.
So, her name was Portia Forney. That's the lady that left the comment.
And then Portia, if you want to hit me up and talk about this in private, you are more than welcome to talk about this private with me. Okay?
Yeah.
So I don't want anybody to think that I've ran from anything. Do you think I've sat in church all these years and everything that I heard in the church was something that I liked? No, there's a lot of things in church that I hear that I'm just like, oh, that just makes me so uncomfortable. But this particular man, not the word, but the man who was delivering the word, just made me feel very uncomfortable. Just made me feel very uncomfortable. And not every preacher is a good preacher. Okay? Just know that. Just know that.
Don't make me come downstairs.
They can't hear you.
Yes, they can. You see, it stopped. They know better. I don't play with them. But yeah, so now that we got all of that out the way, y'all know, I want to talk about the, is that Sam?
No, that's Pop. Oh, that's Sam.
No, Sam got that.
Yeah.
So there was this incident a couple of nights ago on the, I don't know if it was on the campus, but I believe it was like outside the campus of UVA. And this student, I know his name is Martise, and I don't remember the last name, but all I know is that I got tagged in so many photos yesterday. Sam's going off. He's messing up my concentration. His name is Martise. Where's these notes?
Why didn't you just Google it?
I did Google it.
No, I'm just saying Google it now rather than on.
His name is Martise Johnson. It's not Marquise. I think it was Martise Johnson. And he was arrested. There were reports, early reports were saying that he tried to get into a bar with the fake ID and he was denied getting into the bar. And then he got into it with these police officers and they roughed him up, you know, used excessive force, slammed him to the ground, bust his head open, and, you know, they charged him with Oh my goodness. They charged him. I know they charged him with
You don't write those down?
No, I know that they charged him with public intoxication or for public swearing. And when you, what is it when they say you when you obstruct justice, obstructive justice and public swearing or intoxication.
Yeah, I was looking up right now to see what it was, but you got it.
Yeah. See, y'all know I'm getting old, so I'm not as smart. I mean, not as smart, but it's not as sharp. You know, I gotta stick with that. You know, get on that. But anyway, yeah. So he was charged with those two things, and everybody on Twitter was saying that it's not being talked about. The news isn't talking about it. So the photo went viral of him being on the ground and blood just pouring out his head. I mean, everybody tagged me in that photo, and you know, it finally hit the news, and everybody was talking about it. Last night they had a protest on the UVA campus. About 1,000 people came. The governor of Virginia, don't make me come down there!
They can't hear you because they're going back and forth with Sam.
See, you want me to go down there.
No, I don't want you to go in there. I want them to shut up. But I'm saying, you're yelling, they can't hear you. That's what I'm saying. He's yelling too.
Y'all better shut the hell up. I'm recording. Should have said, Sam, you too. I don't live here. I know I don't either. I just stay here on vacation for a long time. But yes, so they had the protests and everything, and the governor of Virginia called for a private investigation. This is my thing. I hate private investigations. Make these investigations public. Let us know what's going on. Don't come to a decision and then say, oh, this was all in the private report that we do. Put some of that stuff out there so we know what's going on. So we can come up with our own, you know, conclusion besides your hiding stuff. But, you know, a lot of people were upset. He was an honor student. He's the only black student on his honor committee in UVA. You know, he was there for a lot of protests with for Ferguson and everything. Like, he's a very active student. And, you know, I'm not understanding why they had to slam him to the ground like that. Like, I don't mind police officers talking to nobody, you know, or anything like that, or if you have a problem with them. But what you should not do is be using excessive force where you have to slam somebody on the ground. And even if you do put them on the ground, you don't have to slam their fucking head to the ground and bust his head open like that. I mean, blood was everywhere. And Martise, he was on the, he was at the rally yesterday, talking about it and just asking people to be respectful. Do not, you know, be rude to officers or be rude, period. And just let this investigation be handled. I don't think he has anything to lose with this, and his lawyer is now saying, like, this is like 5 minutes ago. I just read a story in the Global, well, more than 5 minutes ago, but recent, on Global Grind. His lawyer is denying that he was denied entry into a bar with the fake ID.
So he didn't have a fake ID. That's what his lawyer said, that he didn't have a
I'll be right back. They're going against the wall. Now they need to shut the hell up. I'm not playing with them. If I go down there, I'm going to be wrong. So yeah, so I'm just sorry to hear about what happened. I'm waiting for more to come from this story, because I know there's something else that has to be told along with this story. I didn't hear him like speak to the media about what happened, but I'm really waiting to hear what happened.
Probably advised him not to.
Yeah, but I really want to know what happened. But people were recording what happened. They just said that, you know, the cop, and they're not even police officers. They're called like alcohol.
Yeah, something.
Alcohol.
Well, apparently
officers.
this isn't the first time. I was watching the news this morning, and this isn't the first time that this particular agency has been under investigation for this type of force.
Mm-hmm.
A few years ago, they were under the they had drew their guns
on somebody,
on a female student who went to the market to buy water that they
and
thought
was beer. Yeah, I did read that today.
So,
she got a settlement.
This
or something
particular,
like that.
yeah. So this particular agency is known, not known, but they are known for this type of force, and it needs to be stopped, because thank God that particular student who brought the water, thank God she wasn't killed. Mm-hmm. You drawing your guns, like, that's ridiculous. Thank God this guy didn't die from head injuries.
God,
you know what I mean?
Died.
His face looks horrible in those pictures. these people, and don't you just love it when the officers that are involved are, what is it? They are on paid administrative leave or something like that. Like, I wish I could be on paid administrative leave.
Go ahead, rough up one of the
You know,
patients.
can you imagine?
No, they go. First of all, you're gonna be fired.
Right,
So don't you even try.
Yeah, they'll just fire you. Paid. There's no such thing. Only people I ever know to get paid administrative leave are cops.
Cops.
There's no-
Or they suspended for 30 days with intent to dismiss if they do something.
Intent to dismiss.
I'm still mad that cop got his job back after punching that lady. And
wasn't that crazy?
Yeah,
and he
Ramsey didn't want to rehire him, and they was like, "You have to rehire him." He wasn't going for that. Like, right in her fucking face at the Puerto Rican Day Parade. But so we're gonna
punched her dead in the face.
Yes.
Because somebody threw something at him, but he turned around and just punched her, and she wasn't even the one who did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but then how about this? Like right after he came back on the force, he had saved somebody's life by breaking down the door.
I know. So then that overshadowed the fact that he punched for some that overshadowed, because it damn sure didn't overshadow my but it's like. So now, since he saved somebody, now he's looked at as the hero. We all forgot that he punched that woman dead in her face, and she did nothing wrong.
Yes.
Wow.
But yeah, there are good officers out there.
There are.
Shout out to the good police officers, like the one that passed away 2 weeks ago. And I didn't even get a chance to tell y'all this on Tuesday's video. Well, it came up late Monday night, but at his funeral, they promoted him to sergeant, and they had the cops talking and everything. It was a nice funeral, and he was a Jehovah's Witness, so they didn't. It wasn't like it wasn't like it was in a church or anything, or it didn't feel like it was at church. But those people that got up there and spoke, the 3 officers, his family members, the mayor, and Officer Ramsey, like it was just great. I enjoyed the whole speech, and something that just touched me because I was not going crazy, because I know I seen him in this neighborhood before, and my nephew was telling me that he would be the one that would, like, when we have our barbecues and stuff, he would just be like, turn the music down, or, y'all can do what y'all want, but get out the street. He was one of those officers. But I was like, it's something else. You know how you just see a picture of somebody and, like, you feel some type of connection. Come to find out, we were born on the exact same day 30 years ago. And it just made me feel some kind of way, like when he was reading his obituary. Because I was like, that could have been my life. Or, I don't know why I just started thinking that, but it really just did something to me. But I enjoyed hearing the stories about him. I enjoyed the service, and shout out to the real police officers that's out there, saving lives and protecting people out there on the streets, because we did lose a good cop here in our city. So shout out to the police officers that's, the real heroes out there. So we're going to go on to our next story. It's not even a story, because I just got 2 things we could talk about, and then I want to get into Empire. So,
well, I have something too, but go ahead.
Oh, what you want to talk about?
No, go ahead.
Oh, because this one is short. Karuchi Tran is going on Iyanla's. Is doing an interview with Iyanla. Karuchi talking about, oh, this is not Fix My Life. But excuse me, anytime you sit down with Iyanla, it is a Fix My Life session. What are you talking to Iyanla for? You talking about Chris Brown. You talking about how he publicly humiliated you many a times. I can't even name all the times that he done humiliated you in public. He done had a baby on you, called you a thot, said you fucked Drake. Y'all was into threesomes. He was just putting all your business out there. He cheated on you plenty of times. So what do you think you're going to Iyanla for? Just for guidance? She's there to fix your damn life. That's what you're going on her show for. And it's coming on next Saturday at 8 o'clock. I don't know if Mikkel's going to be here to watch it with me, but I do know that I will be doing a video right afterwards. Right after Karuchi is on with Iyanla. Because I can't wait to see it. And it comes on at 8 o'clock. Will you be watching? I know you're going to be watching it. Are you alright?
Yeah, what?
You going to be watching it?
Yeah.
So what's your next story?
Oh, the North Carolina man. Did you hear about that? The man who comes to his door naked?
No.
Oh, yeah. It's horrible.
He killed somebody?
No, he killed nobody. He just comes to his front door naked. And he stands in his front door, and the police can't do anything about it because he's at his own house. And he just comes through the door naked, and the neighbors are complaining. Well, apparently in Charlotte, North Carolina, there's a man who stands at his front door naked, and it's upsetting, you know, his neighbors. People started calling police Friday to lodge the latest of what officials say are 4 complaints so far this year. Neighbors say the man stands naked in his door several times a week and has been doing it for years. Neighbors have taken pictures and videos and hope the images will prompt the homeowners association to file some type of nuisance complaint. A spokeswoman for the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department says while the man may be annoying the neighborhood, his actions don't rise to the level of bringing charges because he's on his own property. Indecent exposure only applies in North Carolina if someone were to willfully expose the private parts of his or her person in any public place and in the presence of any other person or persons. After consulting with the magistrate and police attorney, unless he is outside of his home, he cannot be charged. That's basically what I wanted to get into. And it's crazy because I saw this on the news, and this man is really standing in his doorway with his door wide open like you would on a nice day, and just standing in your door with nothing on, not a shirt, not a pair of pants, not even a pair of drawers. Nothing. And he just stands there.
And he's a homeowner.
And he's a homeowner, and they live in a very nice neighborhood. I saw the neighborhood. They live in a very nice neighborhood.
Well, who took that picture of?
His neighbors. Didn't you listen to what I said? The neighbors are able to record him because they live on the block. And he just stands there.
Well, look, at this point, it's kind of like this. Because there's nothing they can do about it, it's either when you walk by, don't look.
Yeah, but the problem is that the neighbors are saying is
children,
we have children.
I know,
and that's disgusting.
I know, it's very disgusting.
It's perverted.
Yes, it's nasty.
And don't tell me that I can't look on my block. I have children.
Listen,
first of all, when you have a grown person doing something like that, when there's children around playing outside, the last thing you should tell a child, or you can tell anybody, is don't look. That, like they said, that is a nuisance. You can't help but look because this man is standing in the doorway naked. Why would any grown man stand in a doorway naked when there's children outside playing?
Well, listen, because there's nothing you can do about it, those are your only options. That's why I'm saying, of course I know it's wrong. Nobody should be doing that. No. That's wrong. That's wrong. But see, because there's nothing that anybody can do about it, not unless they get a law passed in that city very fast. Where
in that state.
You can't, after state, you need that, whatever city they're in, whoever the mayor is, it's Charlotte. There has to be something you could do to put this into law that you cannot be standing in front of your window naked. Nobody wants to see any of their neighbors naked. No. Not unless you really have a big crush on them, but come on now.
But I don't want to see them naked standing in the door.
No, and you don't want to see them in the window or the door. You don't want to see that at all. But right now, there's nothing they can do about it. So you have to just shield. If you have children, you have to shield them from looking that way, or you got to do something. But he know he's the fuck wrong for even doing something like this. But a lot of men get off on stuff like that. Oh, I walked outside and I see them. We see it. I see it all the time. Or nobody was looking at me, but I did this. I was outside naked and I did that, and I did this and I did that. It's like nobody wants to see that, but some people get a rush from getting caught. Some people really get a rush by getting caught being seen naked in public. And this man, you're fucking trifling. And if something could be done, I wish it could be done. But there's nothing that could be done about it. Now, unless they get a law change in that city real fast where no one can be in their window or at their door naked. That's rude. So I don't know what else to say about that situation.
Nothing else to say.
Yeah, that's just all messed up. Or you can move if you don't want to look at that, because there's nothing they want to do about it.
No, I shouldn't have to move.
You shouldn't.
No.
So so people were really upset that we did not talk about the Dame Dash interview that he did with the Breakfast Club.
Oh, I heard about it. I have to see it because I heard it was really good.
I watched the first maybe 45 minutes of the interview. And basically what I got from it is, if you have a boss, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed that you're proud to say that you have a boss.
You should be ashamed that you work for anybody other than yourself.
Yeah. Basically, and you're not a real man if you have a boss.
And you have to answer to another man.
Yeah. And then you can't leave your business to somebody.
Your child.
Basically, I understand
Your
everything
child.
that he's saying.
But
Yeah,
you
your
can't
child.
leave. Yeah.
But he was saying his son.
Yeah.
My son has cookies. Like, bitch, nobody cares about your son having a cookies to a restaurant. But I'm glad the son is doing something for himself. Let me tell you something. There's a right way to say everything. This interview would have been perfect if he didn't come off argumentative and bitter. And to me, Dame Dash, like, you've been under the radar for a long fucking time. So if you was doing everything right, we would be seeing your name on list every time. Because I know every time I see Jay-Z or Beyonce or Gaga or Madonna, I never see your name.
Or Diddy.
And Diddy,
Diddy's
yeah.
been relevant for years.
And Diddy don't do shit, and his name still come up.
All you do is show up.
Yes. And
I'm surprised he ain't been on Empire yet.
Yeah. Oh, he won't be there
He's
next
going
season.
to be there
Next season, yeah. So, I mean, it was good, but him and Envy, they were arguing back and forth for a good 15 minutes. And Envy was just getting upset with him.
Because he was coming to Envy's neck.
Yeah.
But I think he was also upset at the fact of Charlemagne's gear.
Oh yeah, they definitely were on
yeah.
purpose.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and I understand him. I understand him that he's like, when you interview Jay-Z, y'all don't never bring me up. Why the fuck do y'all keep bringing me up every time y'all talk to me? I think it's because Jay-Z done went
moved on.
up.
And Jay-Z's moved on.
And they like, where you at? Like,
right.
And he's like, I seen Jay-Z 2 times in 15 years. It's over with.
You know why? Because Jay-Z has, they don't bring up Damon Dash because Jay-Z has moved on from that Damon Dash rock era. He's moved on and past that. Not to say that he's better than Damon Dash, but he's moved past that situation. Damon Dash is still stuck in that situation, in that era. Whereas though, anytime you bring up somebody like Jay-Z, he gets upset and defensive rather than saying, "Hey, Jay's doing his thing. No hate, whatever. Move on." Next, but he has this whole attitude about him, like he can't. Like for instance, when they was in the hallway, and they were telling people to watch the show, and he was standing there pointing Charlemagne up and down because of his shirt and hat. So some this guy, this, that, and the third. Like his whole, of course, naturally, when you get that type of reaction from somebody like Damon Dash, when they get inside that damn room and whatever the case may be, they gonna make sure they go even harder and bring up Jay-Z because now they see that you got a problem with the fact that I got on the Jay-Z T-shirt. You just, you're upset. I mean, of course, Charlemagne is shady and he throws shade, and I mean, Damon Dash, you of all people should have known what you were walking into. You were walking into the lion's den, okay? You should have known that. If I was to ever get invited to the Breakfast Club, I would always have my guard up, especially dealing with Charlemagne, because you know the type of person that Charlemagne is. So you got to be ready. Just like if you go on Wendy Williams, you got to be ready. She's one of those people that you got to be ready for. So you can't get mad because they're bringing up Jay-Z. Yes, I agree. Don't bring up Jay-Z because this is not about Jay-Z. But at the same time, what have you been doing in the past 15 years that they have to talk about other than Jay-Z?
Yeah, you gotta.
What movie, what alcohol, what clothing line, what anything have you talked about that has been even on the tongues of 2 blocks, let alone a neighborhood? Who talks about Damon Dash?
Nobody.
Nobody. So naturally, they're going to bring up Jay-Z. Because we all know you from that whole era of the rock era, and when y'all got into that big feud.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to cut you off again, but I don't know anything else about or what's going on with you. And that is not to say that you don't have anything going on with you. Because I'm sure some Damon Dash fans that are watching us right now, because there seems to be fans of everybody that watches us. And I'm sure it's a Damon Dash fan that can sit and say, well, Mikkel, this is what he's doing, this is what he has been doing, and this is what he is getting ready to do. Fine and dandy, and I'm happy for that. But who's talking about it?
Yeah. Every time I hear about him, he's broke, or it's something going on. Yeah. But when they asked him to bring up how did him and Jay-Z come together and everything, I wanted to know because I don't know that. I'm not. Y'all know I'm not really all into hip hop all like that, but I don't know how Jay-Z and Dame Dash got together and formed Rockefeller Records or anything like that. But something that he did bring up was that you shouldn't have to depend on nobody for their money. You put up with your own money. And he was saying how him and Jay-Z put their money up to build the record label and everything. And he was saying that Def Jam wasn't paying them nothing but for profits and everything. But it was just the way he was saying stuff. He was just irritated. He was mad. And it's just like, you can't you can't inspire anybody by being rude and being ignorant and just he was just so I just got the whole bitter vibe from him. And then he was saying how I don't trust social media. Like, you damn it, that you have to get with the times. Right. This is how people promote without having to hire
that's
people
what I'm
to
saying.
promote
I don't
further.
know what's going on.
Oh, you're not a real man because, you know, y'all gossip on the radio.
But you're here on the radio with us.
It pays the fucking bills.
And you're here with us. Why are you here? I can't wait to go home and watch this interview.
Yeah. It's an hour long.
That's fine. I got nothing but time.
I know that's right.
I don't have to watch time. I don't have to
better
watch
work
time.
and deliver that food tomorrow.
Right. But yeah, I mean, it's just Damon Dash, like, do something, promote yourself, do something big so then we won't have to talk about Jay-Z anymore. Do something. Yeah. And you know what? I really, you know, as much as I can't stand Kanye West, I really can't. And I'm publicly saying it. I really can't. You know, he's a great artist. I just think he's just, like, too far left for me. As much as I can't stand him, I really do think that I really liked and appreciated the fact that when Kanye was on The Breakfast Club and he was asked about Damon Dash, how he kept it so honest when he said that he felt as though he betrayed Damon Dash by leaving and going with Jay-Z. Because he said that Damon Dash was the one who kind of discovered him, but Jay-Z was his idol. And when Jay left, he left with his idol instead of staying with the guy who discovered him. And he felt as though he always felt bad for doing that to Damon Dash. And I respected the fact that he said that rather than, you know, bashing Damon Dash or whatever the case may be. But he kept it real. He kept it real. And that, to be honest with you, I never knew that. When Kanye West said that, I had never known that. I thought, well, maybe Jay-Z had the whole big part in it. But he was just basically saying, yeah, Jay had a part, but Damon Dash was the one who really, you know. And I left him, the man who brought me on board. That's basically like me leaving you. You brought me on a Scorpion show, and another YouTuber comes along, and I said, well, you know what? I'm going to go with them. Because they got way more viewers, and they're making way more money, and this, that, and the third. You know, he felt bad for doing that, and anybody with a heart would feel bad for doing that, because I would feel bad for doing that. But you know, Damon Dash, you need to get over this. You need to get over that hump that you are so desperately trying to climb over. Okay, you need to just hurry up and get over it. Like, it's been 15 fucking years. Let it go. Jay-Z has moved so far on that I only remember the fact that he was with you when people post old pictures. Other than that, I don't even remember the fact that he was with you. And that was my era. Because he has done so much since then. That's the point. He's done so much since then. You got some kids out here, and I don't want to harp on his wife, but you got some young kids out here that they kind of downplay Destiny's Child. Why? Because Beyonce has done so much since Destiny's Child that they only flock to Beyonce and they forget that Beyonce was with Destiny's Child before she was Beyonce. You know what I mean? Because so many people forget that because she's done so much since Destiny's Child. Damon Dash, you need to do what Jay-Z's doing. Just move on.
Keep working.
Keep working. Just keep working. And stop being so mad at everybody. Stop being so mad at everybody because that ain't gonna get you nowhere in life. Trust me. Look what you've gotten in 15 years.
So now that all that's done,
my phone's about to die. Do you have a charger?
Yes, just connect it to the computer.
Wait, I need it over here.
Actually, there's one right there. Grab that charger.
Yeah, thanks. Wow, this is a new charger too. You got a lot of chargers in here. You sure one of these is not mine?
Don't do it. Wait.
There's a whole lot of chargers.
Well, I just got that new iPad. So
you sure did. This must be for the iPad.
Actually, I actually got this used, and it was only $195.
I know that's right. Get your.
I said, Sharon, let's go. We're going to go get this iPad right quick. On St. Patrick's Day. I love it so much faster than my old iPad. So yeah. Anyway, I want to talk about Empire. Y'all know that Empire is our show. It is everybody's show. And shout out to Lee Daniels, Danny Strong, and the whole Empire staff because Empire got over 16 million viewers for the whole finale of Empire. And y'all know that each week the show grew and grew and grew in ratings. And that is the only TV show where each week the television viewers, viewers increased. So shout out to the whole staff and shout out to the Fox marketing team. Shout out to I know that the Empire cast is on The View like every goddamn week. I know that every week Good Day Philadelphia is talking about it. The news is talking about it. Everybody has just been talking about Empire. And, you know, this is maybe the first show that I can remember where it's our show, you know, a black show where everybody is just so obsessed with it. So, congratulations to everybody. Taraji, Terrence, Yaz, Andre, what's his name? Jussie. Shout out to all of y'all. Y'all all did an amazing job. So, again, last night was the 2-hour finale of Empire. And we've seen that Lucius no longer has ALS. So he's no longer going to die because he was misdiagnosed with having it. But he said that he would explain it, but he never got a chance to explain what it is that he has that's been, you know, tearing his body down. We've seen that Cookie and Chocolate Chip, because I don't know his name on the show, Derek Luke, we seen that they got away. In the beginning, they got away. They went on vacation to his friend little lodge or somewhere, and they cut up and everything, and, you know, Lucius was not fucking having it. First of all, what's her name on the show? Precious name. 'Cause I don't
Becky.
remember. Becky told him that, you know, Becky told Lucius that Derek Fisher. What was Antoine? Derek Luke, he was away at his lodge somewhere on vacation. And then Portia told him that, damn it, I gotta remember these names and this is gonna be tough. I need you to help me out.
What are you talking about?
Portia told Lucius that Cookie was away at whatever, she said the name of wherever they was at, and he put 2 and 2 together. Found out where they were. Cookie comes back. Oh, Cookie, you are fired from Empire. You can't be here no more. You don't work here no more. All because he was jealous that Cookie had found some chocolate chip on the side and he wasn't having it. Come to find out, Chocolate Chip found a new job working in DC somewhere. The job is still open, so that's going to explain his exit for leaving Empire. I don't know if he's going to be back for the next season or not, but he's going off to Washington, DC. So while all that's going on, Lucius is getting ready to set up for the IPO. Lucius signed Snoop Dogg to his record label. And Snoop Dogg performed the song Pieces and Cream. Did you like Pieces and Cream? Mm-hmm. I love that song. And I knew that Charlie Wilson's voice was fit for that fucking song. And I went over to iTunes to buy it, and it said Pieces and Cream featuring Charlie Wilson. So I have this song. I'm going to be listening to it even more. Snoop performs. Then, not Yaz, what's his name? Hakeem, he performs. And Hakeem was on some other shit while he was performing. Fuck your bitch, this and that. He was already telling his father that, I'm fucking your bitch. And I don't know if the father put 2 and 2 together, but, bitch, when he seen Hakeem, bitch, I didn't even see it coming. So I know Hakeem ain't see it coming. Punched him dead in the face. So we ain't see Hakeem for a little bit. Hakeem like, you know, I'm leaving the label, talking to Jamal and everything. Where does my... Because y'all know I can't remember everything, because I can talk about the good shit.
Talk about it.
We want to talk about the good shit? Let's go. What was your favorite part from last night?
Y'all so much going on.
I know. I think my favorite part was seeing Hakeem and Anika together, because I did not expect that at all.
All right, I don't want to talk about the good stuff no more. I just want to talk about the show. I'm just going to say this. The show, to me, the last night's episode, because we were talking about it at work. Last night's episode, to me, it was too much going on at one time. I also felt as though they didn't need 2 episodes. After seeing both episodes, I felt as though 1 episode would have sufficed. And the 1 episode that really would have been a good season ender was when Cookie was putting that pillow over his face, and they should have ended it. That would have been good, because then it would have had us thinking all summer, did she kill him or didn't she kill him? And then the next season could have opened us for us seeing her, what happened, and this, that, and the third. It was just so much going on. At one point, I thought, and I even tweeted this, I thought that the show was like some sort of a dream sequence.
quiet. Go downstairs. What the fuck did I just say? That's why I don't have kids.
The whole show to me seemed like Lucius was dreaming. The whole thing with him and Anika happened so fast. That just the part where he gave them the gifts was silly to me. It just seemed like a whole. I said to me.
Why would you think that was?
Because it was silly to me.
But why?
Because it was silly to me.
Why? You can't explain why.
No,
you
I
think
can't. It was just silly to me. The whole last episode. If I explained everything that I thought, then we'd be here all day. I just feel as though it was silly to me.
I don't think it was silly. I think that he gave each of them symbols. They all meant something personally. I do believe that part as a father, that, you know, they all meant something to him with each gift.
The only part that made sense with that is the only part that made sense with that gift, even though I still believe it was silly, the only part that made sense with that is that he just proved that he feels as though in his heart Jamal is the only one out of the three that can run the empire. Because Andre can't run it, because Andre is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Akeem can't run it because he's young and dumb. Jamal is the only one that he has tested time and time again, or who has passed the test every time he's tested him. Whether it be because of his sexuality or because of his music, he has tested Jamal, and Jamal has always passed the test. Truth be told, Jamal is the strongest out of all of those sons.
He is the strongest, but you know what? There's a reason, and it's not just because I think he wants to give him the empire. This is all going to set Jamal up. And that's why I think they did it. Because Lucius is the Lucifer to me. And he is a devil. And he lied to each and every one of them in this episode. Like, he just kept telling lies. I couldn't even keep up with the lies.
It was so many lies, but you know what?
I couldn't keep up with the lies. But to me, when he gave, like, he kept pitting his sons against each other for that episode. And when he gave those gifts, like the first face you seen was Hakeem's face when he found out that he was Jamal was going to be running the empire. And then you seen that Andre really was just not here for his brother getting it. Like you just seen the rivalry in their faces against their brother Jamal. And, you know, I think that somewhere down the line he's going to be set up. And something I was questioning is, why is he giving away empire if he is going to live? Why is he already proclaiming who's going to succeed him when he leaves empire?
Because I agree with you. He's trying to set somebody up. But I think that if he is setting up Jamal's going to have a rude awakening for his ass. Because Jamal's going to pass that test. I just think that it was so much that was going on last night that a lot of that was unnecessary. Like, you didn't need all that. Like, after seeing both episodes, I felt as though both episodes was just not needed. It was too much going on at one time. Like, it was just like a fast pace, and it was so much that I was just like still stuck on. Like when Jennifer Hudson left the church, I'm like, wait a minute, how did that happen? Like,
what?
No, I'm saying how did it happen because just an episode ago, she was trying to convince Andre to get saved, and now this churchy girl is now leaving the church.
But listen, what happened was Lucius. You know that Lucius is like, I'm giving my life to the Lord, and because Jennifer character helped him with everything through the music therapy. And while Jennifer was fucking singing on this episode. Anybody that's complaining to me, like, you don't complain about anybody singing about the Lord. And Jennifer was on fucking point. But anyway, back to the point.
Whoa.
You don't think Jennifer was on point in that church?
I didn't say that.
Oh.
You said you don't complain about anybody singing about the Lord.
Well, I mean, not on that situation, because she was killing. Some people you look at in church be like, man, you know, normally the tambourine.
When you're singing about the Lord, that's coming from your heart.
Yeah, but you don't be tearing.
Don't contradict yourself.
But no, I'm saying you don't tear it
just
up.
a month ago, they was tearing Beyonce apart about singing about the Lord. Hello.
Oh, no,
she wasn't good enough to sing about the Lord. It didn't have that anointing. It didn't have that anointing. Everybody ain't got the anointing like everybody else.
But she sounded good.
You singing from your heart. It doesn't matter who's anointed or not. You singing from your heart about the Lord. And everybody ain't going to sound like Patti LaBelle or Aretha Franklin when they singing about about the Lord.
Well, when you take a
Am
song,
I right or am I wrong?
No, you're
All
right.
then.
But when you sing a Whitney Houston song, everybody not gonna sound like
everybody
Whitney
not gonna
either,
sound like Whitney Houston, but it's coming from their
well,
heart.
you know, but sometimes you shouldn't.
And
trust the
everybody who
words.
sings a Whitney Houston song does not necessarily mean that they sound bad. It just means that they don't sound like Whitney
They
Houston.
don't sound like that.
Right. Just like everybody who sings a Jill Scott song don't sound bad. They just don't sound like Jill Scott. Just like everybody who sings a Beyonce song don't sound like Beyonce.
All right, we're going back to the goddamn empire.
I'm just saying.
Listen,
Let
if
me
you're
tell you
gonna
something.
if you're gonna sing a church song,
If you
put the
gonna say
oil
apples,
on it.
Come on now.
If you want to sing a church song, put the oil on it. So Jennifer was in that church putting the oil on it, and
Everybody knows about
and
the oil.
Jamal, not Jamal, and Andre, bitch, I'm gonna pull this head off.
Please,
Yeah, don't
just
do
keep
it.
talking.
So Andre's talking to his dad and everything inside the church, and his dad is trying to pull him out of the church. Like, you know, we need you and everything. So he hears Jennifer, he goes inside the church and start talking all of this shit to her. Oh my God, you sound so good. I wanted to record an album with you guys and everything. So that's how he got Jennifer to, you know, lead the label. I mean, not lead the label, but sign Jennifer to, you know, the Empire record label or whatever. So that's how that happened in the church. And Andre really felt some kind of way about, he was just really upset that she signed to,
Because Andre knew what it was.
yeah, he know what that is about. He tried to tell her that.
Right.
But she, like a lot of people, like, I'm trying to get this motherfucking money. And, you know, basically that's what happened. I wonder if she's going to become a regular on the show. I hope that
She's going to become a regular on the show because he's going to fuck her over and he's going to send her right back to the church.
but we got to wait till next season.
I told you so. Mm-hmm. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. She ain't going to become a regular on the show.
But something that irked the fuck out of me is that they used Jennifer Hudson's singing voice for every dramatic, like almost every dramatic exit scene. She was singing in the background for like everything, and that was not needed to me. That was not needed.
I think at a certain point, I just tuned it all out. Not to say she sounded bad, I just tuned it all out. Because I was still trying to catch up on what was going on.
No, I mean, I was...
To me.
I was able to get into everything, you know, and y'all know I tweet and I watch together. But, you know, I was getting everything. One scene in particular I did not care for is when Lucius and Jamal were in their old house in West End.
That was,
That, oh my God, I did not like how their voices blended together. I don't know who decided to keep it in.
Yeah.
But it should have been cut on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. I think next season they should have what do you call it? A double, singing double for Terrence.
Yes.
Yeah, because he can't sing.
I mean,
he sounds a mess.
He can sing certain stuff, but that you can't do that. No, that I was not here for. I was not here for it at all. I was not here for the song or the message behind it. But you can see that. That's where you can see where you can see that Lucius really sees that his son is kind of like a genius, and you see that Jamal has been looking up to his father ever since he was a kid. He's studied his father and everything, and he's better. He's better, but as a businessman, I don't know if Jamal is good at that as good as his brother Andre. That's where I'm like, why would he give him the empire? That's why I say he's going to set him up somehow. And as the show gets along, we seen that Jamal was willing to kill Beretti for his father by throwing him over the cliff or whatever. And then after that, we seen
cliff.
Yeah, over the balcony. Cliff, balcony. He looked, Beretti was going somewhere.
What canyon were they in?
Beretti was going some fucking where, and Cookie wasn't here for that because she was like, you got our son
involved in that.
Yeah, trying to impress you. So you trying to make our son into a killer and everything. And then all of a sudden we see that Cookie, she goes to see. He's talking in his damn sleep. What's his name?
Lucius.
Lucius is talking in his sleep, talking about how he killed Bunky and everything. And we see Taraji sitting there. I'm like, but wait till he tell you about. I'm saying wait till he tell you about Bunky, but I ain't know that he was going to tell her, but in his sleep. So she finds, I'm thinking she's going to break down and cry and all of this stuff. She takes a pillow and smothers him with it.
Or she tries to.
Yeah, and that was like that was like the ending scene for that.
She tried to smother him, but he grabbed her arm.
Yeah.
He woke up.
She tried to smother him. And then he tells the sons about how the mother tried to do that and how he had the videotape and everything. I was like, damn, we got videotapes everywhere.
Because he really didn't know that she tried to do it when he woke up. Because he didn't fully wake up. I think he found out once he watched the tape. Because when he woke up, he didn't wake up like to be coherent. He was still like,
yeah. But see, I was thinking, so when Taraji leaves and everything, we see the lady from the FBI pull up, and I was over her. Like, every time I see her,
I'm over her too, because she brings nothing but trouble.
Oh, tell me about what Lucius did and all this and that. She's like, I don't know, what are you talking about? Right. And I don't have to say anything. But see, something that we see is that Cookie will never tell on Lucius. No. She won't ever give him up.
She's a ride or die.
Yeah, she's like, listen.
And it was jacked up that Lucius believed that she finally did tell.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he probably felt as though she told because of the fact that he fired her from the label. But like she said, I didn't tell. And I think that if Lucius has known Cookie for as long as he's known her, he should have known that she wouldn't have did that to him, especially if she spent 17 years.
But I think he probably thinking that because, you know, Bunky was her cousin. And he killed her cousin. So she's like, you know what, bitch, this is really the last straw and I'm done dealing with this. Yeah. But now that's where I can understand why you might think that it was so much going on. But to me, you know, it was a lot. It was a lot. But, you know, I was still hanging in there and I caught on to everything. So it's like, for me, everybody on this show wants to succeed to the top.
Right.
Even Vernon's character who was killed. Even him, I believe he had his own agenda.
But you know what? This show is the prime. This show is the prime example of crabs in a barrel.
Why you say that?
Because each crab is trying to make it out for themselves. Jamal wants to be this big star, and I think Jamal wants to help. You know, he wants to be helpful as much as he can. But at the same time, Jamal wants to be Jamal.
A star, yeah.
Andre wants to take over the business. Lucius wants to fuck everybody over into them thinking that they're going to have a stake in the business, but they really ain't. Yeah. Akeem wants to be this big-ass rapper. You know, he wants to do his own thing. Cookie wants to take over the empire from Lucius. That's what she really wants. You know, everybody's trying to get to
Everybody's trying to get to the top.
And the crazy thing about it is, what I like about Lee Daniels, as goofy as this show may be at times, what I like about Lee Daniels is he is really portraying how a lot of families are out there. Whether you are rich or just an average family. You have some family members that fuck each other over day in and day out, and each one of them are trying to get to the top. They're trying to get to the top in some way. This family is no different from any other family out there. Not saying that all families are like this, but we all know different. We all know families that are like that. That every time you turn around, one of them's arguing with this one because this one's trying to be here and this one's trying to get here, and no, I'm trying to be here, and you're not helping me get there, and how dare you not help me get there? Yeah. So therefore, that's how it is, and Lee Daniels is portraying this in a way that
makes good soap opera drama.
Right over. But yeah.
But you ain't got to tell me because I know what's going on.
I'm not talking about it.
You talking about there go right over your head.
No.
Oh, I ain't stuck. But anyway, it might go over my head, but I'll catch up 5 seconds later.
Yeah, you better catch up. The tortoise and the hare. Which are you? The hare or the tortoise?
Listen, I'm none of them. I'm the scorpion, bitch.
I know that's right. Yeah, see, you better watch it. Yeah, they don't like when you say that.
Oh, they know I mean it in a loving way. Somebody gonna write, yeah, you the scorpion, but they're gonna leave a 5-page letter. Don't do it. Okay?
Good, do it.
Don't
Send it to me though.
As Whoopi Goldberg said, save it.
Why are you putting so much bliss on your lips?
Because I want to make sure they don't get checked.
You don't have to put all that. You got it all over.
That's right.
Do like this. Listen, do like that. Just do like that. Hello, look at me. Do like that.
No. What that mean? That's
just so you can take some of it off. You got so much.
It's alright. They not checked though.
Okay, so keep on with him.
That's why I had to do black and white, because my list was checked to tell. Y'all was not going to go in on me like that.
Black and white where?
When,
oh, the video was in black and white?
No, not the whole video.
Oh, that part?
Yeah, that part. I turned to black and white.
Oh, you looked at it and saw that your lips were checked?
Yes. And that's how I felt it.
Well, then if you feel it, why didn't you put bliss on? Like men.
I did put it on during the reading session. But I ain't want nobody to go in on me. But
yeah. You don't want to go in on you.
Nobody wants to go in on him. But yeah, so back to the thing. Jamal with the whole gay thing, to me, whoever they hired
to be that rapper, he's whack as fuck. He needs to be dropped off their label.
Any
and
damn
anybody that goes, whoever wrote those lines need to be fired, because that is not no fucking rap battle. I seen better rap battles on 106 in Park, God rest his soul, you know, than on Empire. It was terrible. And I thought Jamal was going to spit, and then he sounded like he was about to sing Change Is Gonna Come.
Right.
And I'm like,
Right. It just was silly. That whole scene was silly.
dumb.
And the fact that they didn't laugh at that around the reading table when he was reading that scene together. Anybody think to say, no, we doing it?
But I knew somebody was going to die, because it kept, to me, the build up was, oh my God, somebody was going to die.
Can I ask you this?
But not for the reason I thought they was going to die. Go ahead.
You talking about Vern? Do you think Vern's really dead?
Yes, he is done. Malik Yoba is on his tour talking about it. But you know what? You never know. They might bring him back.
That's what I kind of think. And you know, we were talking about today at work, and some people think that he's really dead. I think, and a few of us thought that no, he's still alive. But for the most part, there was a lot of people who just thought that he was really dead. For some odd reason, I don't know why I don't think he's dead. I don't know, and I could be wrong, because a lot of times I am wrong. I could be wrong, but for some strange reason, I just don't think he's dead. They didn't explain what happened to his body. They didn't show what they did to his body. They just said that he didn't have no
Yeah, they
pulse.
left it open.
There's a lot of people who don't have pulses when you hit them. Look at that man who they sent to the funeral home.
Yes.
Remember that?
Oh my God.
They thought he was dead. And he
Plenty of
woke up
stories
at the funeral home.
Bitch, I would have ran out.
Remember that?
Yes. At the funeral.
He woke up at the funeral home.
How about the one that woke up in the damn freezer?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Come on.
Come the fuck on. They put that man in a body bag and drove him to the funeral home. They unzipped the body bag, started preparing his body, and he woke right on up. The person who was getting ready to cut him open, I would have screamed to holler. I'd have left the business funeral bitch by then. I said, nope, can't do this no more. Can you imagine if they would have actually cut and that man would have woke up while they was cutting him? He would have been screaming and hollering.
I don't ever want to.
You know, he died a few months later.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, this was the guy in Africa somewhere. No,
this was in America.
Texas. One of them southern
Black guy,
states.
older
Yeah.
black guy. Yeah, he was an older black guy. This happened last year.
Yeah, his daughter was like, "Praise the Lord."
Yeah, and then because
I
he was
still
really he was in a
remember
coma
that, yeah.
or something like that. Yeah, and he didn't have a pulse either. That's what I'm saying. Maybe
This time they was like, "He's gone."
Yeah, I mean there was a lot of blood. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of blood. But I mean, 50 Cent was shot 9 times. I'm sure there was a lot of blood there.
You right about that?
Hey, it could be a lot of blood and you still survive.
It's just crazy now. So we know that Vernon was the one, or to me, I think Vernon was the one that told.
Yeah, he was. 'Cause remember, at the end, she was looking for the key witness to come in, and the key witness was nowhere to be found.
So, but see, when the show comes back next year, they're going to think that he was killed in retaliation for telling.
For tally, right.
But now we're going to find, and you know, the wife thinks she knows everything. Instead of just saying it was self-defense because it was so
That's what I said
self-defense,
too.
she's making it difficult because then she's like, oh my God, we're IPO and we're going to look like criminals. They're going to take their money out, everything. And like, damn, it's going to be crazy. And Lucia's going to be thinking all this time, Taraji Cookie told on me. Oh my God, then the brothers are going to be at it. And you know Andre is really feeling some type of way about Jamal being given the keys to Empire. It is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. And if you missed this episode, if you have to rewatch it, rewatch it. Because you can start piecing together the stuff that's going to happen next season. And I can't believe that Cookie and Anika are going to be working together after they was fighting. You know, and fighting at the house.
That's why I said there was a lot going on. Because when did all of a sudden they decide
Because they all want to work to bring Lucius down.
Yeah, there's just too much going on.
Yeah.
I thought Anika was out the picture.
No. I love her on the show. I love her on the show, but you know they're gonna go at it next season.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking to myself, like, if everybody's so against Lucius, why don't y'all just create your own record label? But that's just
because they ain't got
much.
because they need somebody like Lucius. See, it's not Lucius. It's not the Lyons family. It's Lucius Lyons and then the family. So therefore, they ain't gonna be able to do what Lucius was able to create. Mind you, yes, Cookie helped Lucius build Empire
with the money,
but at the end of the day, with the drug money. But at the end of the day, Empire was built while she was in jail. So Lucius did that, okay? And if they ain't got no Lucius on their team, then they ain't gonna be able to do that. Cause Cookie ain't as business
Right,
savvy as Lucius is when it comes to that.
Because she was going all those
You know, she was going all those years.
Yeah, and I don't know what Anika's real experience is, but I know she's like an A&R, a part of it. But you know, she's a sneaky bitch and she can't be trusted.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just gonna.
Can I just say this? Shout out to Terrence Howard because he is going to be taking over Fox. That new show looks like that's going to be so good.
Yeah.
Did you see the previews?
I think I was tweeting, but I know it's called Wayward Pines.
Yeah.
I did see that.
I like your stuff.
And it
like
comes
that.
on in May, and it got a lot of good actors and actresses in the film.
Yeah.
I'm at the show.
Matt Dillon.
Melissa Leo.
Yes.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
I can't remember. And I know M. Night Shyamalan is directing it. So.
Well, he can come be quiet.
Don't do it. So yeah, it's Fox is coming up, and I seen that Keke Palmer had a commercial, Screaming Queens. I don't know what it's going to be about, but I'm glad that Fox is giving black people shows on the network. And something else I noticed is that 50 Cent put a commercial on Empire. Yes, I know it's a business, but
Power.
Yeah, but look at you putting Power on Empire. I don't think anybody's gonna that's gonna bring anybody to get a Starz what you call it?
No.
Subscription.
It's not going to do that. You know, I do believe that was a smart move for 50 Cent because there's 16.5 million people that were watching last night Empire, so it was a good move. But like we were talking about today at work, at the end of the day, the only way Power would win, like Empire is winning, is if they were on a
TV network.
A TV network. Now, naturally, Power can't be on a TV network because it's too graphic. It's just more graphic than Empire. But if it were, it would be winning like Empire because Power is a good show. I haven't seen the whole season, but the episodes that I did see, I didn't want to turn the channel because I was too into it, you know. But 50 Cent, nobody has Stars, and nobody's not going to order that, you know. The most they're doing is getting HBO and Showtime, and that's it. Why? Because it's too damn much money. Okay? And if they like my mom and dad, how my mom and dad used to do, we're going to have HBO and Showtime, and we'll have Showtime for about a year, and then we're going to take that off. And then when something, we'll bring it back on. But we ain't going to keep both of them at the same time, okay? If anything, HBO's going to stack.
Okay, HBO, everybody.
And Showtime's going to have to go. Now, maybe you should switch Power over to HBO. Because everybody has HBO. You know, everybody has HBO. Everybody don't have Stars. I forgot about Stars.
Yeah.
We used to have Stars a long time ago. We used to have Stars, HBO, and Showtime. My mom said, not no more in this house. Cable is too damn high. Yeah. It really is, 50 Cent.
But we got all the movie channels, and you know, but I don't know why she has all of them. Because I'm like, you watch Netflix more than you watch any other shows.
Is the bill high?
I don't. Well, I know my money contributes to it, but I don't know.
You don't know exactly how much it is, yeah. Yeah, it's just high. And to get these networks is even higher. You know what I mean? Like, it's too much money. It's too much money, 50 Cent. Power is a good show. Maybe you should try to see if you can get it on over to HBO.
Yeah, or maybe Netflix or Hulu. Netflix is like really the place for TV shows, too.
It really is. But you know, I think 50 Cent wants that power. He wants that power, that power phenomenon. I mean, that Empire phenomenon where it's on and people are just tweeting and talking about it. People ain't doing that on Netflix. You know, people watch Netflix, but everybody ain't watching it at the same damn time. Yeah. That's the type of reaction that 50 Cent wants with Power. He wants his show to be on people's tongues at a certain time.
Well, it need to be given out free. Maybe what Stars should do, and that's why I need to be working the network. Y'all should put Stars on for free for 2 weeks. So people can get into the first 2 episodes of the new season of Power.
And if they want it.
And then have it subscribe at a price. Yeah, y'all should see that.
But if you are in the wrong business, but if they're anything like a lot of people, they'll be like, nah, I'll just wait until it come on Netflix.
If it do come on Netflix. I'll have to get it on TV.
Because some people, but you know what, Kevin, that's a good move, but you know what, at the end of the day, some people are still holding on to their pockets. Like, look, it was a good show, but hey, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to get Stars or get HBO or Showtime because this is just too much money. You know, it's a shame that It wasn't on HBO because when I first heard that Power was on Stars, I'm like, I didn't even know people still had Stars. I didn't even know Stars still
They got
existed.
Stars and Black. They got different kind of Stars channels.
Yeah, they do. They have a lot of different stars in Hollywood. But what I'm saying is, 50 Cent needs to... That's what you're talking about. 50 Cent... Oh. 50 Cent needs to just switch on over to HBO. He does. Because everybody has HBO. And if you don't have HBO, if you didn't have it, you got it when On the Run came on.
And guess what?
Okay, because you know they made sure they get On the Run.
And then you got HBO Go. So even if you don't have cable, you can download the HBO Go app to your phone or your iPad, and you can pay HBO Go like $7 a month. And you can get all of the shows. And watch it on demand when you want to.
See?
And get all the old shows like Oz and The Wire, The Corner, all the shows, bitch, all Boardwalk Empire, everything.
Doogie Howser, all of that stuff.
Yeah. And Netflix just got what you call them back. And you try. I know Doogie Howser with no HBO show, bitch. It was an NBC show, I think. But they just got DuckTales and all. Netflix is trying.
DuckTales? That was the show. DuckTales. Ooh. DuckTales.
The dangers.
Wait, no. Yeah. Here's the thing.
All you gotta do is grab onto the DuckTales. Ooh. That is my show. Every Saturday morning, I will be watching me some DuckTales. And then I like the fact that it came on during the daytime.
Yes, it did.
So you had DuckTales, Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, Tiny Toon Adventures, Power Rangers, Batman. We had all of them shows. Now kids come home, they watch Judge shows all day. I forgot how we used to start. Sometimes some crimes in the night, but these two gumshoes. There's no case too big, no case too small. When you need help, just call Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers, out in danger. Rescue Rangers. That used to be, bitch. Everything was my show.
Are we telling our age?
Well, hey.
No, my show was Darkwing Duck.
Let's
get serious.
Darkwing Duck. When there's trouble, you call DW. Darkwing Duck. I can't with y'all. Not today.
They don't make shows. Those were after school shows.
Yes, and shows don't even have songs no more. They just have a little song and then it come on.
No!
No theme lyrics or nothing.
When you heard it, you knew. And the thing about those type of shows was, fuck catching it at 4:05. No, you gonna be in front of the TV at 4 o'clock so that you can hear the song. Because you wanted to sing along with the song.
We're tiny, we're toony, we're all together loony. And in this cartooning, we invading your TV. We're comic dispensers. We knocked up all the censors. And I don't remember the rest of that song. I remember Animaniacs theme song. And they always chant Animaniacs, it's only Animaniacs, better than my Kelly, Animaniacs. Those are the fat bitch. I need all of those shows.
Yeah, I need all of those. Yeah, I need all of those on my iPad, on my iPod.
Maybe they on YouTube or something.
They are.
You can probably, watch all the old
theme
episodes.
songs. I don't think all the old episodes. I think I looked up Chip and Dale's and it didn't have a lot of. I think it just had the theme songs on there. But yeah, those were
the shows. Those were the days. Yes, bitch. Let me tell you something.
They need to make a dub.
You can watch all the dub episodes because I have Amazon Prime. You can watch all the dub episodes on Amazon Prime, except for when he turned to Disney, and that's when I kind of stopped watching dub.
I liked it better when he was on Nickelodeon. Yeah, the old dub.
Yeah, not the teenage dub.
No, not the teenage dub. The old dub.
So look, y'all have a good weekend. I don't have a movie for homework for y'all this weekend. Maybe.
Oh, maybe I do. Because I was going to seriously start the whole. Because I saw a lot of people saying that I should start movies Monday, and I was seriously thinking about doing it. So since you don't have a movie, I think my first movie is going to be. Damn, I have a movie too, y'all. Say something and I'm gonna think of a movie. Say something else. Like tell them some.
Yeah, don't forget that we have Scorpion Show shirts
Yeah,
for
some
sale, okay? You can go on the website and you can get your shirts. We have the Bad Girl shirt. We have the main number. Are you effing kidding me? We have the bald shirt, and we have the How Can You Shave Me When I'm Standing in My Light shirt. So we have a bunch of shirts that y'all can order this weekend. For those that got your shirts, please send me the photos
Of you and your shirt.
so I can post them in the intro.
And shout out to those who actually did.
Yes, and if
And
you
they were excited about getting their
That's
shirts.
right.
They were so excited. I was like,
bitch, I'm excited too.
I am too, but I mean, they were excited. I was like, oh, I feel so happy. I'm so happy. I am so happy.
And my shirt is coming in the mail too.
But I have a movie. I have a movie now, okay? This is probably one of my all-time favorite movies. It really is. I saw this movie a long time ago on TV. And then I saw it again in school. And I was like, oh my God, I remember that movie. It was really good. Now, y'all know I'm a crybaby. Anybody who's been watching the Scorpion Show for years knows that I cry at a lot of stuff. As tough as I do cry at a lot of stuff. This movie is called Not Without My Daughter. And it stars Sally Field. This is a movie that's probably about 25 years old. Sally Field, I'm not going to tell y'all the movie, but I'm just going to say that it is indeed based on a true story. And it is an excellent, excellent, excellent movie. It talks about religion. It talks about marriage. It talks about basically knowing who it is that you marry to. Okay? It talks about family. And it talks about going over to other countries. Okay? You have to check this movie out. I'm not for sure if it's on Netflix, but Hulu seems to have a lot of things.
There are more TV shows than movies, but you can try it.
I'm sure,
try Amazon.
or try Amazon, but please check this movie out. It is called Not Without My Daughter. And if you've already seen this movie, then you know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. It is a great movie based on a true story, a very sad movie filled with drama. It's just a movie to go check out. So again, Not Without My Daughter, starring Academy Award winner Sally Field.
And she won the Academy Award for...
Oh, she won 2 Academy Awards. One for Norma Ray and the other one for Places in the Heart.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm so
So that's your movie corner.
I'm good. Aren't I good?
Yes.
I didn't remember the top of my head.
Well, I don't really have a recommendation, but I know one movie I do love is Music of the Heart with Angela Bassett, and her name is on the tip of my tongue, and I can't get her damn name out. 18 nominations. Say her name.
18 what?
18 Oscar nominations is on
Meryl
my...
Streep?
Yes. Meryl Streep and Angela Bassett. That's a really good movie. One of my favorite movies.
Can I?
So,
Are you done with that? Because
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
to say something. Speaking about Meryl Streep, which because I love movies and stuff like this. So Meryl Streep is like probably one of the, if not the most awarded actor or nominated actor. You know, I don't want to say awarded, but I know like she's one of the most nominated actors of our time or probably any time. You know, since the Oscars or award shows have been created. Meryl Streep is just at the top. Meryl Streep, is it 18 Oscar nominations?
I think it's 18, but
Well,
this
she
year
has-
when they make 18.
Yeah, she has a lot of Oscar nominations. We're just going to put it like this. She has a lot of Oscar nominations. But before there was Meryl Streep, I talked about this on our show before. Before there was Meryl Streep, there was an actress by the name of Katharine Hepburn, who, the film The Aviator that came out a few years ago, that starred Leonardo DiCaprio, Cate Blanchett won an Oscar for playing Katharine Hepburn in that movie. And that was the first time that somebody had won an Oscar for playing an Oscar winner. Well, anyway, Katharine Hepburn was a big movie star in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. You know, she had a career that went over 60 years. She died in 2003. She was 96 years old. And Katharine Hepburn has something over Meryl Streep. Katharine Hepburn, before Meryl Streep became this Oscar-nominated actress, Katharine Hepburn was the most nominated actress for the Academy Award. She had been nominated 12 times in her 60-something year career. She had been nominated for 12 times, and she won 4 Oscars. But the thing about it that Katharine Hepburn has over Meryl Streep is that, yes, Meryl Streep has more nominations, but Katharine Hepburn, every nomination that she was every Oscar that she was nominated for was always in the Best Actress category, whereas though Meryl Streep has been nominated in Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress. So Katharine Hepburn said, no, that supporting category is not for me.
Yeah, I'm a leading bitch.
I'm a leading bitch. 12 times she was in the Best Actress, and 4 times, and get this, never, ever, 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 ever attended the Academy Award.
Why?
She didn't like it. She was the type of person that felt as though that type of stuff wasn't her.
Wow.
And the only time she ever attended the Academy Awards was in, I think, 1974, when she was invited to present her friend with a special Oscar. And she came out, she got a standing ovation by the audience because she had never attended the Oscars before. And she presented her friend with the awards, and they left off the stage, and she left out the back door, and she never attended the Oscars again. Because she wasn't that type of person.
Wow.
The Oscars,
Did she attend any award shows?
I don't think she was an award show type of person. She was a, I'm going to the set to the studio to make my movie, make my coins, and go home. She had never attended an Academy Award.
Oh, I
Mind you, never attended. She never attended except for that one time. Every time she won, she was never there to accept her award, so somebody had to bring it to her, whatever the case may be. She just was not that girl. She was not that girl at all. So yeah, that's your movie history right there.
Yes. So we're gonna go.
Yes, because I'm.
Y'all have a great weekend. Don't get stuck out in that snow. And happy spring to you guys. Don't knock the damn thing.
Oh yeah, I'll let you get it then.
Well, you already got to do it. Lift it up.
The last time somebody told me that, I got.
Bitch, this is my charger.
Duh, I was taking it out for you.
Oh, thank you.
It's time to go. No, it really is. Cause I don't. Yeah. You talking foolish now. Oh, let me take your shirt off. Come on, turn that camera off so I can take all this off. Shit.
Don't put that on YouTube.
Yeah, please don't put that on.